Everyone for joining this afternoon's post-game press conference. We're going to kick things off with an opening statement with interim head coach John Hackworth, followed by questions. So, Coach, you've got the floor.
Just told the boys in there that I'm really proud of them. Coming off of last week, the coaching staff really put the team through a lot of work, but it wasn't like the kind of work that is a punishment. It was just we needed collectively to fix things. And whether Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you guys know, incredibly hot, incredibly humid, and they didn't flinch one bit. The group believes in themselves, and we continue to make improvements. So I'm proud of their performance today. I don't think it, means we're back. We still have areas we have to improve, but at the same time, want to celebrate this and then get back to work so we can hopefully have another good performance in New England next week.
Thanks, Zach. Tom?
John, just the way the crowd reacted at the end of the game, the way you guys felt at the end of the game, it hasn't been that way a lot of times this year. Just in some ways kind of feel like last year almost with the way everything went.
I mean, totally different situation. And I know those guys can do that game in, game out. And, I said it to Elvire and Alex and Mitch and Reiner when we were on the bench. I said, hey, let's not act like this is not expected. We expect this. We've been talking about it. We have, from pregame and yesterday, we believed we could do this. So now the next step is for us to continue to do it. And you have to have that belief in yourself. The players do, the staff does. So it's a nice reward. That's what sports. Last week I sat in front of, the monitor and answered your questions, and I was miserable, absolutely miserable, distraught. I couldn't believe frustration is an easy word. Didn't explain the way I was feeling. I'm satisfied this week, but I don't think that this is the end of it. We want more. We have more to improve on. I think LA is an excellent team. It's a bonus when you can perform the way we did against a team like that. But again, I'm answering too long. I think we were ready for this.
And just the team's resolve after giving up the lead and going even to come back.
What a terrible halftime talk I must have given, wow. So, but to your point, the resolve was great. And I think you saw a little bit of that belief, after we give that one up. If you go back and watch tape, watch Cello. He goes around and he shakes everyone's hand. He's trying to lift them up. You can see that we're trying to be a true team that gets each other's backs in moments when it's, would have been easy for people to put their head down, been like, oh, it's going to happen to us again. We didn't do that. So those little things are massive.
Charlie?
Hey, Coach.
You got some stats for me today?
Exactly that. You guys had a season low of 7 fouls committed. The last time that happened was September 30th of last year against Sporting Kansas City.
How do you pull that out? That's amazing, by the way.
Was there a game plan of trying to be more cautious, or do you think that they just played a cleaner game?
A little bit of both. LA is so good, you have to respect what they try to do. And for us, we needed to go put pressure on the ball, but we needed to have cover behind. And that meant that we couldn't be as aggressive as sometimes we normally are, because if you're too aggressive against them, they just play through you. So it doesn't work. And we had to change that. We spent a lot of time this week, practicing that. And that's probably, one reason. I also think the officiating was really good today. Rarely will you ever hear me compliment an official or the staff, but I thought they did a good job because it felt like two teams going at each other. Both of us were trying to change tactics in game, and it was the players that were in control of that. So from that standpoint, really nice. And thanks for the amazing stats.
Hi, Coach. With Marcel and with Cedric, are they exceeding your expectations and their ability to create and ultimately to finish?
Not really. I mean, we brought them here because we knew their quality. Really nice when you get two finishes like that out of players that when we were, recruiting them and scouting them, we saw it again and again. Lutz has, intimate knowledge of how those guys have progressed through their careers. Honestly, it's what we expect from them. So, can we do more of that? And I don't want to temper the fact that it's really good goals, and in particular, I love the first one because it's off of us, executing a press. Jake Nerwinski stepping out of a right back position into like a center midfielder position to win that ball. And then the transition is excellent. The second one is just a great ball by Jaden after not serving such a good ball just previous to that. And a wonderful finish, so it's really nice. And if you're going to beat the Galaxy, you have to have, guys that contribute goals like that.
Justin?
I wanted to ask you about the fullback battle. You said midweek that it was a tough conversation to have, but Jake Nerwinski, talked about his defensive output earlier, but to come in here and to slow down Joseph Pansel the way that he was, can you speak a little bit about that impact?
Yeah, I don't know if you guys know, but his wife Allie gave birth to their second daughter on Thursday.
Yeah.
So the biggest decision I was making with Jake was like, how much sleep did you get? Are you going to be able to play 90 minutes? And he was great. I really can't commend all of our guys, but the example of Tots and Jake and Akil kind of battling all week, like they just kept on pushing each other in training. And whether it wasn't Jake today, I absolutely believe Tots would have done a great job in that same role. And he's been so good for us all year. A little different, Jake is more of an experienced stay-at-home defender where Tots loves to get forward. So we made that little tweak, knowing that we kind of had to with, Royce and Painsel and these other Peck. They have some attacking weapons. So really proud of Jake and all that he's done in the last couple days for sure.
And then on the other side, Jay Reed comes in off the bench after starting last week and has that immediate impact. Did you like what you saw at him and his response?
You get an assist, you come in. The best play for me that Jaden made was when he was a little out of position and they crossed it to the back post and he battled and he got that little flick that went out for a corner. Like I would have strangled him if he would have given up that goal. Not really. But I would have been quite upset. Instead, he makes that moment, and like you can watch him grow. That last week, 2 weeks ago, we weren't making that play. So happy for him too. And that depth is so great on a day like today when Giannis put it all out there. He left everything on the field. He was telling me at halftime, I might have 5 minutes left. I might have 10. I said, you're going at least 15. No question. I think his little timeout after he got the yellow card and was hurt gave him a little second win, but really nice to get that performance out of both outside backs and having Jaden come off the bench. Huge, great assist.
Kevin?
Yeah, how's it going?
Good. I can't see you. Hey, Kevin.
Congratulations, just with Marcel and with Cedric, the way that you're scoring, how much more is that opening up your offense?
Yeah, think about this. We brought Klaus onto the field. We brought Rass onto the field. Nuke V. Thornton came onto the field. These are guys, it's been a long time since I looked down the bench, and I have those kind of weapons to bring on in a game, especially late. But the fact that from the minute they got here, Seti and Cello have been contributing and changing the way that we play and being an attacking threat is it's really nice to have on your team.
Tom Schwartz?
Coach, how do you go about rebuilding belief? How have you approached that? since you've come back.
I probably couldn't write a book on it because I'm not that good at it, but I think you have to just have a mentality every single day about what you're doing and a belief that you're doing the right things. It's easy to say you work hard, but it's working efficiently. It's working smartly. It's having a group that sees the little incremental advancements that you're making. And this team could have made a choice a couple weeks ago and, not gone in the direction that we are right now. And we've chosen, despite having games like Club America or last week, where you could you lose that belief really quick. And we never did that. And it's a credit to the guys in that locker room, because it doesn't, it comes from leadership. It comes from the coaches trying to constantly push the guys, but also believe in them. And the more you do that, the more you get that feeling of confidence and belief. There's a lot more to it, but.
Ashley Fry here with Fry Talk. The boys played strong today and pulled off the win, but from a coaching standpoint, what do you think strategically helped?
I really think the fact, look, I would be critical of us going up a goal and then kind of being too passive. I felt like I was watching last week again. I wanted to pull my hair out, and these guys are trying to, kill me with gray hair and heart attack. But what we didn't do, what we did a little different this week was, and it was nice that we had a water break in the first half. We were able to make an adjustment and say, we got to get stepped out and put pressure on them. If we just sit back, we're going to give LA so many chances. In the second half, despite my halftime talk that was not so good and giving up a goal right away, I really thought we were in a really good defensive shape. And I think that was the difference tactically to where we were today and being able to win the game versus last week.
And adding on, did you have any special strategies to shut down Marco Royce?
I mean, the word was that Royce wasn't going to play any more than 30 minutes. I mean, him and Roman are really tight, and he BS'd him in a good way all week and told me he's only playing 30 minutes. But I would say that our midfield three today, we put Durkin in the 6 and held him there. He did an unbelievable job, and Adu and Cedric in front of him. And then later, we put Cello in the middle. We got a lot of contributions out of our center midfield, and that was a big difference.
Thank you.
Matt, Rockio?
Edu seems to be, you guys seem to be dropping him back even deeper to play, kind of interplay with the defensive line, but also more so than his usual left-hand spot. You guys are dropping him to the right side more and running things. Is it just trying to get more of a balance since you're usually so left side heavy, or has there been another reason why you've dropped him and played him more on the right side than usual?
Well, today we pushed him up higher, and because when we pushed him up higher, he started higher, especially defensively. And then Adu does what Adu does. I use the word cook. He cooks and he goes to find the ball. And we all need to understand that when we get Adu the ball, good things happen for all of us. And so you can see the understanding of the players. And sometimes like today, the space was on to pull more to the right. He likes to go to the left, but today it was more on to come to the right, and he did that. And then you saw Durkin and Seti just make a little shift, which I really like when you can get that midfield triangle, understanding their own movement. That's not coming from me necessarily. That's the players understanding their roles and their relationships.
Speaking of kind of like a left-right switch, when Thor came on, they flipped to that side. We've been seeing a lot of Thor over on the right side, cutting on his left. We've seen a lot of Hartel on the left side. What was your thought process behind that flip with those two?
So I needed on the left-hand side, I needed a guy like Cello who can literally go up and down, up and down. They were trying to overload us from the very start of the game with Fagundes and Johnny Nelson. I should give Johnny a shout out. Played a great game. I told him so afterwards. Great to see him. But they were overloading us. They were bringing Fagundes inside and pushing Johnny almost like a winger. And Indy and Jake did a really good job on that. When I brought Nukvi on, I just thought Cello would be the better option for that. So we switched sides, and Nukvi came on, makes a great run, opens up the space for our second goal. That's nice. When I brought Rass on, I moved Cello to the middle. So we had some options. Again, really nice to be able to make those adjustments in game, and particularly when it works.
Got time for one more. We'll go to the back to Tamar.
Okay.
Being a leader in the Western Conference, what kind of confidence can this give this team moving forward, knowing that this could have been a different story had the guys fallen over and said, okay, a couple of weeks ago, this is it, but still found ways to get confidence from these guys. What is a win like this going to do moving forward?
I mean, it means so much because we're learning how to win a game that last week we didn't know how to win. We're doing it, and we're problem solving our way through with solutions that we talk about all week. And implementing those in a game like today. I'll give you an example. At the water break in the second half, like Henry Kessler comes over and it just starts screaming at nobody but everybody, like, hey, remember what we talked about? Remember what we talked about? Kill this game with the ball. Like, let's get the next goal. I mean, this is a guy who's been here for 2 weeks and he's having that influence. So you can see that there's a lot of, you have to do it ultimately. And today we did that. So now we have the confidence that we can do it again, where we can get better. Next week is different. This league is unbelievably tough when there's so much parity. But happy for the advances and steps we're making. Thank you.
Go ahead, Tom.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Because you were just here. Compare the feeling of today with the feeling of last Saturday in the Portland game.
Yeah, of course it's different. I think we made a very good game today. We win in the end, and I have to say we defended actually pretty well in the end, our box, and I'm very happy to win against LA Galaxy.
Is the defense something you take away from this game?
Yeah, of course. I think we defend against a very good opponent with the ball. They have a lot of quality with the ball, and we did it pretty well.
Charlie.
How's it going, Marcel? This was the first game you've played in City Park with all of the supporter section fans in attendance. How do you think the atmosphere played out? Did you enjoy it? Do you think it fueled you in a way?
Yeah, of course, I enjoyed it a lot. I'm thankful for the supporters, for the atmosphere today. I think the atmosphere give us the energy in the end to win the game, and I'm happy that we can make a present for the supporters, that they can go home with a smile and 3 points.
Justin.
Marcel, how important was it to the confidence of the team that after going down 1-1, you're able to grab that second goal, especially kind of closing into the second half?
Yeah, of course, it was very important that we keep going, that we play our game, and we did it. We did it well.
And can you talk a little bit about that ball from Jay Reed that came into you into the box? What were you kind of looking for in that moment? What did you see from him?
I was hoping that he saw, because Nick, we made a very good one at the first post, and then I was hoping that Jay see the 11 point where I was standing, and it was a good ball and a good finish.
Tamar.
Belief. That's the word that has been used by coach in this room. You feel a sense of belief having beaten the leaders in the Western Conference. What can this do moving forward, and how much belief do you guys have right now in yourselves?
Yeah, of course. I think the win against LA Galaxy give us a lot of confidence. So we see that we can beat the best teams in the Western Conference, and so with this mindset, we have to go in the next week. We have to train very good, and then we have to go with a lot of confidence to the next game.
Brendan.
Marcel, when you're in a good run of form like this, does this harken back to any runs you've been on before, where your goal scoring is at a high level?
Yeah, I started with shooting goals actually last season in my old club. Before I was not the scorer, but I like to help the team with goals, with assists, and today I do it with a goal. But in the end, it's important that we win the games and not who score, who gives the assists.
Kevin.
Marcel, what do you and Cedric bring to the field that causes defenses to, have to kind of overplay in a sense? What do you guys do that makes defenses have to really respect who you guys are?
I think it's not only me and Sedi who did a great job today, also the last weeks. So I think in the end we are a team, and the whole team make it easy in the end for our attackers to look good. Because if we don't play from behind out and shoot only long balls, then our attackers can't play good. So in the end, it's we as a team make it well, and so it's a team performance.
Tom Schwartz.
What's the biggest difference for you right now in this team than when you came?
Difficult to say. I think we are more connected now. we know us better than in the beginning. We know I think the new guys who coming in the team. So the all the guys, I said, all the guys now how we want to play, how we like to get the balls, in which area we like to get the balls, and I think we are better connected now.
What was this week of training like? Not only with the heat, just with the messaging from the coaches about improving.
The heat today was hot, so it was a very tough game to play, also to run. But we had it in this week also. But it's different if you train or you play a real game. So I can say it was very, very hot today.
But then also just the message from the coaches about what you guys had to do to get better. What was that like? The coach, the coaching staff was on you guys about after the Portland game, what you needed to do better,
Yeah.
what you needed to do differently. What was that?
In the end, it was a big point was to defend our own box and to be calm with the ball. If we win the ball, don't shoot it immediately away. Search for the next guy that we hold the ball and play out from the back. And if we have the ball, the opponent can't score. This is my mindset. What I can say, and this was two big points. What we do better today, and we did it.
You've only known him a little while, but you gotta love Jake Nerwinski having a baby, not personally, but his wife having a baby this week and coming out today and doing what he did.
Yeah, congratulations from my side. I congratulate him in training as well. But I can say if you get a baby as a family, it's give a lot of power, and I think you can see it today that he make a great game with a lot of energy.
We'll wrap up with Matt.
Marcel, did the positional switch before your goal, did that put you in a spot that you like, did it help at all essentially put you in the spot to be there for Jay's for that cross? Or did it just help you give you a different look at the defense when you go from operating on the left side for the majority of the game, but then you switch over and then you're running from center and you're running from the right side? Does it give you a way to break down the defense in a different way? And does it kind of impact your ability to fill a spot that you haven't been in that game like you did for that goal?
Yeah, in the end, it has a big impact that the coach make the decision to bring me on the right side. But I was actually not on the right side in this situation. I was more in the center, and it was a great decision from the coach.
Marcel, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Tom.
Becomes official there. Just talk about this game coming off the last game and what you guys, the importance of turning that around and how different it feels from last week.
Yeah, I think we do it also. Yeah, last week a good job. Score four goals away. But I think today we deserve the win. We had a great week in the training, so I think it was a deserved win.
Like you felt very happy when you had your child running out to your son after.
Yeah, of course, I'm very happy. We win. We win against a big opponent, against LA. So it was a huge step for us. 3 points, and I think we are good for the next weeks.
Did you have just enough time when the ball came back to you on the goal to? You looked like you were able to put it right where you wanted to put it.
Yeah, I think it wasn't enough time for me. I think it was a little bit luck, but I'm very happy to score the goal to help the team, and I think it was a good opener.
Did it hit your hand?
No.
Cedric, can you talk a little bit about just how you're seeing the game right now? 5 goal contributions in 7 matches already, and has it been easy to just slot in there and play your game?
I think it was not an easy game. LA is a big opponent, but I think we make a great job in the week. We make a lot of video stuff. The coaches make a very good stuff. I think we was ready for the game in this heat, and I said before it was a huge win for us. Give us more trust in each other. I think it was a good team, but we were better today.
Tamar?
Coming into a new team, a new group can be challenging. How have you felt like you have made an immediate impact? How have you been able to make that immediate impact and bring some more confidence into this group?
Yeah, yes, I'm new in the group, but the team makes it very easy for me to come into the group. The team is so good on the field, off the field. So I think for us, it was easy to come in the group. And yes, I think I give under a week in the game my impact with the goals, with an assist. Yes, I'm very happy to help the team.
Bringing you in means that this team has belief. This team has expectations for itself, wanting to get better, bringing you in, bringing Marcel in as well. How have you felt that belief and that confidence grow as you've been able to see it on the training pitch and see it now winning and beating the leader of the Western Conference?
Yeah, I think the most important thing is the training in the week. We change a lot in the week. We talk so much together. Have also so much fun together, and I think everybody can see it on the pitch. We are one group. Yeah, I think that's the most important thing, and yeah.
Justin?
Cedric, with the return of Jacques Klaus and Rasmus Alm back to the game today, what was that like? Has that like been in practice with them coming back onto the pitch and just being back in the group again?
Yeah, I think these two guys are so important for us. Everybody, I think, hear it today when Russ and Klaus come on the pitch. It was so loud, and we need everybody. It's a big step for our to come in the playoffs. We have 7 games left. Yeah, it's a long way, but I think we are ready for this.
And for 2 more, if anyone has one.
Just thinking about, this is the first time you got to experience like the crowd noise at the end of the game, just the feel in the stadium.
It was so nice. It feels like home. The fans were so amazing to give us the extra push to win this game. And I think we need everybody. We need the team, the staff, and also the crowd.
Cedric, thank you for joining us. Appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
What's her name?
Charlotte, we're gonna call her Lottie. Claire Nerwinski. Yeah. Born on Thursday night. Yeah.
What have these last few days been like for you?
It's been a lot. Not a lot of sleeping. Sleeping on, hospital pull-out couches that are not comfortable at all, but all worth it. Yeah.
You haven't had a chance to play much this year. How has this been for you? And what's it mean at a time like this when you've just become a father again?
Yeah.
You get it?
Yeah. I mean, to be completely honest with everyone here, this has been easily the most disappointing and frustrating year of my career. I don't think I've necessarily gotten the chances that I think I deserve in training. So it was great. Hack, really believes in me. We had great talks. He gave me that chance today and I just took it. When you have 2 kids, that's all the motivation you need to play as hard as you can to provide for them.
Just.
AJ, can you talk a little bit about, Hack talked about this week of training just being a hard week of training with the competition and with everyone kind of needing to step up today. But, that's kind of on the back burner with what you're going through this week. Can you talk a little bit about how you're compartmentalizing, then welcoming the new one, being at the hospital with your wife, but also like being here on game day and coming through?
Yeah. I mean, like I said, it was a lot. I think I'm running on adrenaline. Hopefully that doesn't wear off. Hopefully I can keep that going, get a few hours of sleep here and there. But, like I said, that's why I do what I do, is to provide for my family and to, and that's kind of what I use today to play my best. Yeah.
Tomorrow.
Hack says there was a push in training, especially this week, wanting to instill what you all believe in yourself, that confidence back. What have you seen from week to week, especially this past? I know you were out of it for a second with the newborn, but how do you feel that there is a difference and a spark in this team right now?
Yeah, I mean, I think we're really coming together right now. I hope it's not too late. I know it's not too late yet. We're getting results. I think you saw that in Portland, going into that hostile environment. Unfortunately, we didn't get 3 points, but the fact that we're mad we didn't get 3 points in Portland just kind of shows where we are. And to, go out and play and beat the best team in the West right now is huge. So I think that just shows that we're really starting to come together. The guys that have come in the summer have been just incredible, not just on the field, but in the locker room, just all really good, human beings. And I think that kind of helps, with building our team chemistry.
Charlie.
Cedric, statistically, this was your best MLS game based on this season, based on clearances and aerials won, and other defensive stats. What do you think? I mean, we all know that there is a certain spark you get when, there's another person, another, child added to your family. You get a kind of motivation, you get a reason to go out there again and kind of do better than you have before. Do you think that the game plan kind of played a bigger part in a way, or do you think that it was just some kind of a reaction that you had?
Well, I've been waiting, 7 months to, start an MLS game at right back. I'd show up to training every day. I try to get better every single day. And I was just trying to take my opportunity. I know in my heart, and I believe in myself, that I'm good enough to still play in this league. And today I tried to show whoever needs to see that, whether it's here, whether it's Lutz, whether it's somewhere else. That's what I did today, because I know that I still have a lot left in me. Yeah.
Brendan?
Hi, Jake. Do you have a moment? You mentioned a frustrating year. Do you have a moment during this run where something just clicks or your mindset changes? If the feeling is frustration, does something just click where you say, I just got to find my way into this lineup to show what I can do?
Yeah, I mean, I think I tried not to show that frustration and let that creep in more and let that, come out in training. I kept my head down. I tried to stay positive. Tried to be a good teammate. And, I think that's the only way that I got through. I broke through to get my chance. And I know that, Hack really values that. I know he's seen that over the last, 7, 8 weeks that he's been here. So I think that's just kind of culminated into getting a chance.
Kevin?
Hey, Jake, can you talk about the ovation that Klaus got and what it means to have him back?
Yeah, it's huge to have him back. Klaus is he's such a good guy. He's a big voice in our locker room. He's a leader. And we're just happy for him that he's back. I know he's gone through a really hard season with injuries, and I think we're just very happy for him that he's back, and for us too, because he's going to help us out a lot in this last stretch of games to, make a push for the playoffs.
Good time.
Wanted to see what your guys' mindset was defensively today, because it seemed like still in LA, other than the defensive breakdown, maybe in that first part of the second half, you guys held them off pretty good.
Yeah, I think that was the emphasis all week. That was why we had, a difficult training week, was because it was a very high demand of, defending 1v1 situations, staying compact, when to step out. And that was just the main emphasis that we did this week. So we were, as prepared as possible for those situations.
Time for two more. We'll go to Nathan and wrap up with Matt.
I just thinking with Joseph Pansel, one of the more dynamic players in the league, having to kind of go up against him on the wing all afternoon. What did it kind of take to kind of, I felt like he neutralized him for most of the game. What did it take to kind of keep Pansel away from, affecting the game more?
Yeah, I love that kind of challenge. I know he's one of the best wingers in the league. Fast, good finish, can put in good ball, but I just tried to, keep him as tight as possible, not let him get behind me, not let me cut inside, and just kind of frustrate him a little bit. And I think I was able to do that.
Wrap up with Matt.
Jake, knowing now how big those 96 minutes obviously were for you, just was there any moment during the game where it kind of hit you that you were locked in and you were having this good game and it was kind of finally happening, or did all that come to you when the final whistle hit?
No, I'm more happy that we got 3 points. You know, I'm happy for this team, you know, for these guys in the locker room. Because we work so hard, and I think that, you know, this season has obviously not gone the way we wanted to, but we know that we still have a chance. So I was just happy that we got 3 points, and it's going to help push us further.
Jake, thank you for joining us. Appreciate your time.
Thanks, guys.
Congratulations. Roman, just this week compared to last week, both the feeling and the performance by the team.
Yeah, I would say with the ball, it was both weeks a good performance. Against the ball, definitely better today. We did not give up 4 goals. And even though we gave up a goal again, like immediately after halftime, we stayed calm. You know, we tried to play out, not just clearing balls when we were under pressure. And I think that was a big difference compared to Portland, where we were kind of panicking, you know, and just throw the balls, hit the balls long and away. Today we tried to play, and I think that's what made the difference, and what made it hard for LA to score.
And just the mood 1,000 times.
Oh yeah, obviously. I mean, playing at home is always better than playing away. So and we won the game, so it's a nice day.
Does it feel like last year in some ways? I was thinking about there haven't been a whole lot of games like this year, and the way the crowd kind of explodes at the end.
I can't remember. I'm here now, you know. Like I enjoy the win today. I'm very happy for the guys who came in and helped us securing the win, and that's all that matters.
Tomorrow.
Hack said it was a tough week of training, especially on the defensive side of it. Jake said it as well. What did you like about what you saw today in comparison to last week's situation? And how do you think that'll give you confidence moving forward?
I liked almost the whole defensive play, how we did not give up a lot. If we gave up something, it was like maybe a shot from outside the box, you know, who's like predictable. That's okay. Obviously the goal was not good defended by us, but other than that, I really like how we controlled Payne still. Peck on the other side, only the goal. But other than that, I'm really happy with the performance that we had defensive-wise, and also the defenders with the ball.
Kevin.
Can you speak to just how well the new players have fit in? I think your last couple of teammates ago we talked about just how much the team is connected, much more connected now. How well guys like Marcel, Cedric, and how much they have been able to gel with the team.
Yeah, I mean, obviously they are very important for us. They're scoring goals. They're finding the right spaces, and I always say it's like a different soccer IQ. You know, like they played on a really high level already, and they know where to go. The little details, they know how to do these details right, and they're doing that. You know, we don't need a lot of chances to score a goal if Sedi and Cello are on the ball or have the chance. So that helps us a lot, definitely. But also the players around them, they work even harder. You know, they work for them as well, so they can shine with the ball. But definitely they are very valuable for us. But I think they would be nothing without the others two on the field.
Justin.
Roman, Hack talked about some gamesmanship with your former teammate Marco Royce this week, where he told you could only go 30 minutes and then he plays most of the game. I mean, how'd you feel seeing that and, you know, knowing that he lied to you?
I didn't even ask. I asked him at the beginning of the week how the game was, and they played against Atlanta back then, and he said, "Bro, after the first sprint, I was dead. So no way I'm gonna play 90 minutes." So I assumed that he's not gonna start. But Hack also didn't ask me, so I did not lie to him, because for me, one day before a game, I'm not talking to my opponent anymore, you know, like I'm focusing for myself and I don't want to get feelings involved. So, but turned out good today.
And then to have that moment in the game where he's standing over the free kick, you're organizing the wall. I mean, how is that knowing that you two have shared a lot of moments together on the same team? Now you're across from each other in that big moment.
Yeah, I was kind of nervous, not gonna lie, you know, because his quality is without a question one of the best in Europe, and just to see him getting ready for the free kick, even though it's not really his position, maybe it was a little bit far away, but still I was a little bit extra focused.
Charlie.
Hey, Roman.
Hi.
Against Portland, you faced a total of 32 shots. Tonight, you faced 10. How does, late in the season, your body, wear and tear is more of a factor. How does, the different number and lesser number of shots help out your recovery process throughout the week and kind of get you on the right track so you can start training for, a quick turnaround next week?
For me, it's more the surface we play on, to be honest. I love grass, but now we're going to play on turf again. And then my body needs a little bit more time to recover. And I know for a fact that also other players are struggling sometimes, to recover as fast as possible. If you play on turf, it just takes longer. It's a different field that is using your joints or your muscles different, so yeah, that's all I could say. Not really the amount of shots I face, like sometimes I feel good, when I'm in the game, when I'm used. And today was also good because LA had pressure. They were constantly or a lot of times around our box, and so I'm always in the game. So it's not really how much or how many shots I face. It's more like how the surfaces that I play on.
Matt.
In the first half against Portland, and then for the majority of this game, it seems like the passing among the defenders in front of you has been a lot more calm. Has that helped you, take away some of those more, scary moments when you don't know exactly where the ball's going? Has that been a big thing for you as well?
Yeah, for us, it was very important. We talked about this the whole week, that what we did wrong in Portland, like I said, was just throwing the balls long or hitting the balls long, uncontrolled, give the ball back to the opponent, especially if you are in a lead. So today we tried or the whole week we trained to stay on the ball, stay cool and calm, and play out from the back. Don't be scared, and it needed a little bit of time, but I think we did a good job today. And after the 2-1, I think there were no real chances for them to score a goal because, like I said, we stayed on the ball, and we played it over the 90 minutes like really good and how we want to.
Are you doing more directing in that situation? Are you trying to funnel let Hannes know swing it back to the right side? Are you doing more directing in a game where there's more passing in the back like that?
Yeah, for me, it's just being an option as well. Like if I tell them not to play long, then I have to be an option, or somebody has to give them the ball carrier an option. So I just always try to be available, that they can play with me, and just give them also confidence how I play the balls. And yeah, that's all I can do with this.
Brendan.
Hi, Roman. The club a couple months ago was struggling to find itself, struggling to find results. How much closer do you think the club is now to being ultimately where it wants to be?
Yeah, it's just, one more step in the right direction, I would say. It started in Portland, but also before in the Leagues Cup, I think we played good. We were not good enough to win the games, especially against Club America. Because we didn't control the ball as well as we did today. In Portland, the same. We scored 4 goals away in Portland. Yesterday, I saw, if I'm not mistaken, Seattle lose. And Seattle is also a really good team. And So if we can score 4 goals in Portland, we are a good team. We just need to know or adjust the little details like we did today, like LA's the best team in our conference, and we won against them because we did the small things right. So I think we are on a good way, and we should keep going like this.
Got time for 2 more with Roman? If anyone has it? Kevin?
Can you speak to how awesome the moment was for Klaus to enter and how cool it was for you guys to see the ovation from the crowd?
Yeah, I think Rasmus and Klaus both had a difficult time the past few months, but we are all very happy that they're back. Obviously, because we need the quality they have, and yeah, it's just like now we have to be careful. We have to be slowly get them back into the rhythm, and they also need to be patient with themselves. It's not just kind of switch. You switch back to what you used to do on the field. You have to slowly progress and come back to your old strengths.
Anyone?
When LA scores to tie it in the first minute of the second half, at that point, do you think, well, this is a test for us because this happened to us last week and we didn't handle it, that we have to respond better this time?
I wish I could think like this after conceding a goal and not just lose my head, but no, I was pissed, obviously. We talked for 15 minutes in the locker room, at halftime, what we want to do better, what we have to do now, and we come out and concede 1 minute after. So it's like very annoying. But like I said, we didn't lose our head afterwards once the whistle blew again for the kickoff. So we had the right reaction.
Hackworth saying worst halftime speech he's ever given.
I didn't really listen to what he said. To be honest, I was focused on myself.
Roman, thank you for joining us. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.